Today's topic is going to be something that I never thought of doing or even going out to look for until I was stuck and completely stuck, and I had nothing else to do but to change some words on my resume. So, if you're looking for help with your resume, here are some secret words that get you interviews. Welcome to How to Switch to a Tech Career in Your 30s and 40s. It's the podcast where we love to get excited and down to brass tacks, talking about the real things that help you move the needle when you switch from any other career into a high-tech or IT career. And this is where we're going to discuss the real hints, tips, tricks, and the methods and the protocol that help you switch into a real tech career. So welcome. This will be a quick episode today. I'm getting ready for a training here on Saturday morning, so it'll be brief. I want to give you the value right off the top of this episode, and I do need to preface this. If you have never gotten a tech job before and you're trying to get into tech, or if you're trying to level up your tech job, then these words will have even more impact. And I think that you'll find they're helpful, and it may open some doors to you even thinking of other words to use. All right, if you Google powerful words for resumes, you're going to come across some. But specifically for tech, you may not find any because that's one of the reasons I'm helping people today, is because there are not a lot of people helping others get into a tech career. It's usually just go to college, go to the boot camps, and get your job, even though that doesn't happen either. So I get a lot of people who are through with college, through with boot camps, and they still can't get in. They just need someone to be there for them and advise them along the way. And that's what I do. So I unlock some things. By the grace of God, I'm able to help some people. All right, so let's get into the secret words. So one of the secret words is kind of not a secret word at all, but it's a category of words. And as you look at your resume and look at the way you apply to jobs, you may be locked down into exactly what you want, such as, I want to have a remote position. However, when you think about working for a tech job, I bet that you would rather have a tech job that's not remote than a tech job that doesn't exist at all. So I bet you would rather, it comes down to, what are you really wanting to do here? Get into tech or have your dream job as your first tech job? That's not going to happen. And if it does happen, that means your dream was too little. Okay? So no matter what job you get into, you're going to want to level up within the next year or two. And if you don't want to, you'll feel the need to at some point, because that's the way tech works. It changes. And you might be getting paid too little, or you might be getting paid in a way that you don't like, such as a contract, or you might want to be a contractor and you're in the U.S. 1040 employee. So let's talk about the category of words. And so when you put on your resume, usually this isn't on a resume, it's on a job application form, and it's usually baked into the job itself when you're searching on Indeed, for example. When you think about getting just a remote position, you're narrowing down all of the positions in the world out there when you search. And it's meant to do that. There are no job boards like there used to be a long time ago, where you could go to a company and see all the jobs, a huge company, and see all the jobs, and everybody looks at the jobs and everyone competes for them. But now you have so many search tools at your fingertips, you may not think about this, but you're really, really narrowing down your choices if you just put in one specific thing, job location, such as remote. You're also narrowing down on if you put on-site. So this is a key. It's a secret word um, in that it's a parameter to change. So consider looking for remote if you're looking for on-site. Consider looking for on-site if you were just looking remote, and consider just opening up your options to hybrid as well. So that's kind of what's going on. You might say, well, Brooks, I need a job that I don't have to stay at, that I don't have to drive to. Well, you should consider that job if it means you get a job. You can't be super picky with your first tech job, is what I'm telling you. And if you are, well, it's going to take a long time, a longer time, I would say. If you're in a large metro, I'm in the Minneapolis area. I've had other people in the DMV on the East Coast or in Canada, in Toronto area. And these people I help, they have a lot of local options. And if you do have local options, you should consider hybrid, where you drive into work 3 days a week and then work, Monday and Friday at home, because a lot of companies want that now. If you are in a very remote area and you need remote, well, you need to consider what you're missing out on. If you merely say, I need a remote position, if it means you have to move, do something like that, well, changing your life for a job might be worth it. So think about what that would mean for your family, for you to actually get into a tech position. So when you look for jobs, think about that. Change the search parameters in that way. So the secret word here is location. Another secret word here, I'll go down my list, is enthusiastic. When you put the word enthusiastic in your resume, you're portraying something that is excitement, enjoyment, eagerness, promptness. Enthusiastic is an adjective which really portrays to hiring managers that you're not going to sit back and wait to be told something, but you're going to get in there, and sometimes you'll make mistakes. And that means you're willing to be corrected, of course, because you're excited about your jobs. So if you put at the title of your resume and start it off with the word enthusiastic, that might be nice. Another thing you could try is meticulous. If you're in an engineering position or a data reporting position that you're looking for, you could describe yourself as meticulous. Along the lines of those secret words that I rarely see in people's resumes are the term adds value to or added value to. If you were in a job where you were able to do something for someone else, which is most jobs, okay? Most jobs are you are helping a customer or a manager or a team in your company. If you're in a job like that, what you're doing is you're adding value to the company, or you're adding value to customers' experience. So can you think of ways to go into your resume and edit your resume where you may have filled out 5 reports at the end of 2023 last year, filled out 5 reports at the end of 2023, who cares? But all of a sudden, a company cares if you say, added value to the company by completing 5 reports at the end of 2023, which resulted in blank, blank, blank. So what you did result in? You added value, and that is an eye catcher. When you can add value to a company, you are telling the company and the hiring manager that you're serious, not just about getting a job. You're serious about helping and increasing the value of the company, which brings return to the company. Another key secret word here is completed. So many people these days in tech, they talk about what they did, but they don't talk about completing something. If you completed a project, then say you completed it. Don't say you did a project, say you completed it. Another key word is honored with blank, blank, blank. if you've received any awards, don't just list them. Say that you were honored to receive them. Another secret word is oversee, or past tense oversaw. Did you manage someone? That's great. You managed, but a key word I think is adding value is oversaw or oversee. Now, this is especially a secret word if you've never managed anyone, but you did oversee a project or you oversaw the completion of something. That means that you have the ability to add to the company self-reliance. You can add to the company a manager without paying a manager a fee. So, can you see how these types of words could help your resume? And I'm telling you from experience that I've seen actionable, I've seen good actionable results from using these keywords. All right, another secret word that can get you interviews is solved. This especially works if you are a programmer or you're doing some sort of project management. There are problems that the companies have that you're trying to work for, and they're looking for someone who can solve things, not just sit around and be handed something that's already solved and you just have to implement the solution. What you need to do is list that you solved something. So think about the things that you completed and did. Did you complete them? Then put completed. Was it a problem that had to be solved? Was it really a problem? It could have been. Instead of someone who works at a coffee shop saying that they've cleaned the location of the coffee shop every 10 minutes. Say instead something like completed and added value to the customer. Added value to the customer experience by completing 10-minute cleaning sessions every hour. 6 10-minute cleaning sessions every hour, something like that. You can think of ways to work some of these power words, the secret words I call them, into your resume and into your job application process. And what's going to happen is you're going to start thinking differently about your resume and thinking differently about your past experience. All right, so I'm going to give you 2 more that are secret words, and more than anything, they're little secret hinges on which the entire thought process swings open and closed. So I hope to open your mind a little bit here. If you are looking only for senior positions, you might switch to a junior position and see what kind of results you get. On the other side of the coin, if you're looking only for junior positions, and let's say you're 45 years old, you might look for a senior position, because it's possible that a senior position doesn't pay a lot more, but it could pay enough to the company that they could give you a senior salary, not because you're a senior developer, but because you're a senior, you have senior experience to oversee others in their 20s, perhaps. And then finally, a secret word is use manager. The word manager brings with it not the highest of salary, but sometimes a job that's difficult because it manages people or it manages projects. So try searching for management positions even if you've never been in management. If you're in your 30s or 40s, there's a good chance that you could be in a management position pretty quickly in your career. So think about those things, and I hope these secret words will get you more interviews. Keep track of your resume submissions, and let me know if you need help. How to Switch to a Tech Career in Your 30s and 40s is the podcast that tries to help you switch into a tech career, no matter what your background is, give you some support and some encouragement along the way. Now, if you're stuck and you need some help, give me an email at info@techlead.com, info@tekleed.com, all spelled wrong. Until next time, my name is Brooks Haynes, and I've been your host today, and I thank you for listening. From the shores of the Vermilion River in southeastern Minnesota, Have a good day.